So I recently read this book called Relentless: From Good to Great to Unstoppable. Yo, anything, whip it out right now. And I related to a lot of what Tim called a cleaner. And this is not a summary of the book. If you want all of the knowledge and wisdom within it, then you can go read it yourself, obviously. Um, there were some things that stuck out to me as important that I haven't really talked about on this channel much. So what you need to do is not think, right? There's this thing he says, and it's just don't think. And, like, I like to think things through and make plans, and a lot of times that does work out well. However, sometimes you just gotta get stuff done. Because, like, sometimes when, like, overthinking, the only thing it does is just either delay you ever doing something overthinking accomplishes, is either you taking a lot of unnecessary time to do something you could have already just immediately done once you thought about doing it, or it just prevents you from doing something entirely. Like, so just like stop. Like you need to think fast and use your intuition. And you need to stop thinking about doing things and actually just doing things. Because like overthinking only stops you from doing things. Most times you actually regret not doing things. Because the regret of not doing something is far greater than the regret of doing something and failing. Because like really like if you tried to do something and then didn't end up well, then be like, well, at least I tried. Now I know it didn't work, right? But if it's like if you don't do it, then it's like, I should have done it more. That would have been so man. Well, that would have probably been good. What if it wasn't? People, wow. And it was like, just at least try, right? And the next thing is to have your why, right? So if there should ever come a time where your life's in a rut and you feel like you might just give up, you gotta remind yourself of what got you this far, right? You gotta fight till you're done. Like you gotta fight till you die or win. So like you gotta think of like like why you're doing something and like what you do. Wait, no. Let me reword that. I've read that completely wrong. Think of why you do what you do. Alright, it's like you need like find like because if you just do something just because you feel like doing it, you just act on impulse. Eventually, you're just gonna like come to a point where like life puts an obstacle in your way, and you're like, man, why am I even doing this? And then you just give up. Like if you don't have a reason for doing something, you shouldn't really be doing it. Like if you're doing something, you need to like have the reason in your head for why. So whenever like life like puts you in a rut, you gotta remember, no, I have a reason to fight for this. Like you have to have a reason like to help people. Like you have to have like whatever you want. Just like have some reason as to why you do something. And then whenever like life puts something in your way, like it's a lot harder for like life to stop you when you have a reason to do something. You're just gonna like not care and you're gonna do it anyways. Because this is actually like a thing like I've always done. Like if there is a reason for doing something, I'm doing it. And I don't care. Like if it's like, I'm skinny, I should work out, you know? I don't care about the fear of just, oh, what about people in the gym being scared of me? Like, what about having to tell my dad that I want to work out? And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's like, oh, well, what about the weights? Oh, what if it's heavy? What if it's gonna hurt? Shut the fuck up. Sorry. I don't usually swear. I got a little too emotional. So, sorry. Geez, but like, when there's like a reason to do something, I'm gonna do it. Like, I can like, I have the ability to like, I'm pretty sure humans just in general can do this. We have the ability to imagine things that don't actually exist. So what you can do is like imagine the future and just like get yourself out of like the present moment and like how do I word this? You gotta take your mind to another plane higher than like the pan. Like you gotta just like ascend and just like think about like, all right. Why am I doing this? Instead of thinking about like, oh man, this kind of sucks. Think about, no, my future self will be proud of what my past self did. And there's only so much time. Like, time's gonna go by anyways. If you're not spending that time well, then it's just gonna go by, and then you're gonna look back and be like, man, why did I do all those bad things? Why did I do all the good things? It's like, don't have regrets, bro. And when you're doing something, you gotta think about like who does the benefit, right? Uh-oh. The first day of school, I'm already set. Anyway, uh, think of the stakes, and surely you're not gonna give up, right? Oh, someone else. We're good. We're good. Like we should. Mm-mm. So, what you need to do is focus. All right. So like, don't let your mind like divert, because that's gonna like waste your time a lot. So like, you need to just like whatever you're doing, you need to get in that zone. You need to just like focus and get in that zone, and just like do whatever you're doing, and just like don't let nothing stop you. Just you're doing something, and then you do it until it's done, and then boom. Then after that, you can, I don't know, eat and watch YouTube. I don't care. Like just when you're doing something, just fully focused on doing that thing and finishing. All right. And you have like schedules and work on something, and that thing only with that allocated slot of time that you plan out for yourself. You're like, all right, at this time, I'm going to work on something until it's finished or until this certain time frame. All right. So just focus. All right. So a little summary. Don't think. Have your why, like your reason for doing things. Focus and implement. That's it. Like I have to come up with something for you guys to comment. Comment any future video ideas. Subscribe. Keep growing.